Hey guys, it's Holly the Twister Sister back again with another free balloon animal tutorial just for you guys. Today is the last cat day. I'm going to show you how to do a really cute black and white house cat. Okay, so we've done a tiger and a lion, and today we're just going to do the ordinary plain old house cat. And this might be my favorite one actually because he's just so cute. So I'm gonna do black and white for my cat, but you can do whatever colors you like. And I'm gonna go ahead and start off with my white balloon. I'm using a 260 here, and we're gonna pump this up about 4 pumps there. Got a nice long tail. I'm gonna tie that off. And I'm going to now grab my black 260 and we're going to blow that one up about the same amount. So 4 nice big pumps, nice long tail there, and we're just going to start by tying these two together. There we go. So I'm going to start with the black balloon, and we're going to come up about 2-3 inches, make a twist, hold on to it so it doesn't come undone. Nice little twist there. You're gonna squeeze your balloon out, make it nice and soft. Fold it over to make a nice little loop here. Do the same thing again, squeeze it out, fold it over, and make a loop. So we've got 2 loops right there. And we're gonna bring our balloon back down to the base here, make another twist, and twist that in together. Now at this point, I'm going to do some work on the white balloon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 2 loops for his cheeks, so about the same size as the ears. There's 1 and 2, just like that. And then I'm going to do his nose, which is 2 bubbles, so about a 1-inch bubble there and another one right beside it, same size. And we're going to twist these together all into the base here, like that. Okay, now the way you want this to kind of be is sort of like this. So you've got the 2 black bubbles facing forward, and you got them sitting right on top of the nose with the cheeks kind of holding everything in place here and the ears up top. Now we're going to bring the rest of our black balloon up and over the top of his head, just like the tiger or the lion. So just squeeze that balloon out and pull it nice and tight. You don't want him to make his head too tall by doing this. So keep everything together nice and tight there. And just arrange his ears so they're facing forward, and his nose just like that. Not too hard, right? Pretty good? Okay, so now we're gonna come down with our white balloon. We're gonna do his chest and his 2 little paws. So I'm gonna do about a 3 or 4 inch bubble here, and I'm gonna do 2 pinch twists. So just make a nice round bubble and turn that into a pinch twist, and do the same thing right beside it, another nice round bubble and pinch twist. Now we're done with the rest of our white balloon, so you can go ahead and get rid of it and just secure your tail here. All right, so we've got that so far. And let's see, I'm going to bring the rest of this black one down into the feet and back up into the neck again. So we're gonna make a twist, same size as the white bubble. Twist that into the pinch twist, and then bring it back up into his neck again. So another bubble the same size, and just use the cheeks to twist that around and lock it in. All right, so we've got this now. Little black piece hanging out the back there. That might be just long enough for the back of our cat. So we're gonna need a second black balloon. You should only need 2 black balloons to do this one. And I'm gonna blow this one up. I'm gonna do 6 pumps on this one because I don't wanna have any tail left at the end when I'm done twisting it. So I'm just gonna do like a 2 or 3 inch tail there, and go ahead and tie that off. And since my piece here is long enough to be the back of the cat, I'm gonna start off with this balloon with 2 loops for his back legs. So I'm gonna take my nozzle and make a loop by twisting it into the balloon and pulling it through pulling it through that loop to lock that in place. Do another loop the same size. Like that, got 2 loops. And now on this guy, I'm gonna squeeze it out to fill up the rest of the balloon, and I'm gonna twist off a small bubble here at the end. Okay, and that's how we're gonna connect these two. I'm gonna twist that small bubble into my loops, like that. Okay, now we need to connect this to the front. So we're gonna make a 2 or 3 inch bubble here, and we're just gonna twist that. I like to go around the feet, so just up and around the top of those little paws, and then you're gonna make another bubble coming back the same size and twist that into the loop in the back. Now you gotta be careful with these black balloons because they tend to be a little bit stickier. They're jewel toned, so just when you're working, try to use your fingers to separate the balloons as you're twisting, and that'll help keep the friction down and keep the poppage down as well. All right, so now we've got our black cat with a really long tail, and I like to give the black house cats long curly tails. And the way we're gonna curl this, since we've got some room here at the end, it's gonna be easier. We're just gonna squeeze our balloon and wrap it around your hand. Squeeze it, wrap, and once you've got it wrapped around your hand a couple times, you're just gonna squeeze it, squish it, play with it, and that'll get you a nice little curled tail here at the end. So, perfect for a wily, mischievous house cat, like the house cat that I have. So there we go, that is the base of our cat. All we've got left now are the finishing details, like the nose. I'm gonna use a pink 260. You can just grab a scrap for the nose because we're only going to use 1 tiny bubble of it. So I like to make my bubble smaller than you think it would need to be. So if you think you've made it small enough, make it a little bit smaller. And see, mine is almost just the width of my finger. So really small. And before you tie this off, just take both ends, stretch them out, and bring them together, do a double knot. So you've got a bubble on a string there. And I'm going to cut off the long tail on my bubble, so I've just got the nozzle in there. And this nose I do a little bit different than the tiger and the lion. What I'm gonna do is just place the nose on top of these 2 white bubbles here. Just place it there, hold it there with your thumb, and bring the tail back underneath a cheek and wrap it around once or twice. And then you're just going to kind of wedge the nose so it's sitting in between those 2 white bubbles. So you can see it's kind of out in the front here, but not all the way in the front, but just kind of wedged in there. The friction of the balloons is holding it in place. Okay, there we go. And now you've got different options you can do with the eyes. You can get your white paint pen and draw white eyes on the cat. I'm gonna do the balloon eyes because I think they look the best. And I just wanna show you guys how I do that on this cat. So I'm gonna use a 160 for the eyes. I'm doing green because I think green looks really nice on these black cats. And I'm just gonna put 2 pumps of air in here, and I probably don't even need that much. I'm gonna let a little bit out. And I'm gonna stretch this, squeeze it a little bit, make it a little bit soft and squishy. And then you're going to stretch it and tie the ends together. So you're gonna make 1 loop. And I like on these 160s to do a triple knot just so they don't come undone on me. Okay? And we don't need either of the tails on this one, so go ahead and cut them off. And now what I'm gonna do is try to twist this loop in half. So hopefully you made it nice and squishy so that you can just roll one side of it and make 2 bubbles here that you can pull apart like that if you need to. And we're going to wedge that underneath this top bubble here. Now if you're a planner and you like to plan ahead, you could do this step before you wrapped the black balloon around the head. You could kind of tuck this in there and then wrap the black balloon over it. I don't always plan that far in advance. So just take your black balloon and pull it forward and get your green balloon wedged underneath it. And you guys want to get the eyes down closer to the nose. Don't leave the eyes up here by the ears because that looks funny. Get them down as close to the nose, as close as possible, and that'll help your cat look a little bit better. So we've got our green eyes in. Now we need to do some pupils. So for that, I've got my little black 160, and we're not using very much of this one either. So if you got a scrap, that's perfect. And I'm just gonna put like 1 pump of air in here and let some out because I just want 2 small bubbles. So enough to make 2 small bubbles here. And go ahead and tie this one off, just like that. Now, we wanna make this kind of into 2 pinch twists. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna twist this into the 2 bubbles, try to get them about the same size, as close as possible. Okay, and now with our twist here, we're gonna twist that around a bunch of times to make a nice long uninflated piece here in the middle. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my tail and the uninflated piece and bring it over, and I'm gonna tie this first bubble off to itself, and I'm gonna take the rest of my balloon's tail and do the same thing. Just bring it back to that uninflated part, and I'm gonna do a nice double knot. Like that. So now we've got 2 bubbles with some space in between them so we can play with the positioning. I'm gonna cut off my tails because we don't need the tails showing off the side of our eyeballs. Okay, so we've got 2 pupils here. And now we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to tuck them underneath our black balloon but on top of the green balloons. So sometimes it's easier to put them up here on the top first. So just get them underneath that black balloon. So mine are up here. And then just slide them down in front of the green parts. There, like that. And then just play with the positioning of them. You kind of want to wedge them so that they're a little bit underneath the black balloon. Make sure your green balloon is showing out the sides. And just wedge everything, play with the positioning until you get it exactly how you want it to look. And I like mine just like that. Now the last step, don't forget this step. A lot of people forget this step, and it's okay if you do, but it looks a lot better if you don't. What you want to do with this white balloon here, we want to leave the chest sticking out nice and proud, but going down in for a stomach. So we're going to take the bottom of our white balloon and wedge it back behind his 2 black front legs, just the bottom of it. So you can see the bottom kind of poking through here in the back, but the chest is sticking out nice and proud. So he's a proud kitty cat. So there we go. Isn't that adorable? I love this cat. So now all we got to do on this guy, if you want, do a little bit of Sharpie art. I'm going to do 3 small dots on each of these white bubbles. And then we're going to do some whiskers, which I do on the cheeks. Just real quick, long whiskers. Wow. There we go. So that is the house cat. I hope you guys like this one. It doesn't take too long, so it's a perfect design for birthday parties or restaurant work. I wouldn't do this design for a line work cat. I would take you guys back to one of my older videos, the basic 2 balloon cat if you need a good line work cat. But this one is great if you really want to impress people and give them something that they're going to remember you by. So, hope you guys like this. If you had trouble following along, just rewind and try again. Feel free to ask me questions on my Facebook page. The link is down in the description below. Also, if you guys make this cat, I'd love to see how yours turns out. So please share your pictures with me on Facebook. Again, that link is down there. I'll also put links to the Balloons I Learned from YouTube Facebook group where everybody shares different balloon designs that they've learned from YouTube. So that would qualify. All right, guys, I just have one other announcement I want to share with you. We have new balloon menus. So this is kind of a new thing that I just released, balloonmenus.com. There's 19 or 20 designs up right now, and there's gonna be a design for pretty much every tutorial that I have on YouTube so far. So what I'm talking about are menu items, and I'm gonna do a separate video kind of explaining these more in depth, but these go along with all the balloon designs that I teach on YouTube, and you can use these for your balloon menus at your twisting jobs, birthday parties, all the gigs that you do. And these kind of look a lot like, because they're based on the balloon designs that I teach on YouTube. So you can go straight from my YouTube channel to a birthday party. You've got all the supplies you need to look really cool and professional, and these have been a hit for me. I don't go anywhere without my balloon menus now. They're lifesavers. I love them so much, and I think that you guys will too. I hope that's really helpful having them based off my YouTube designs. So in the future, we'll even have a black house cat menu item. So that is at balloonmenus.com, and stay tuned for another separate video where I'm going to explain that more in depth and what you get in the packages and different ways that you can use the graphics to make different types of balloon menus, and you can kind of pick what works for you or use what you're already using. Doesn't matter. You guys are creative. I'm sure you'll come up with something. So anyway, I've got to go pack because I'm going to the Bling Bling Jam in Vegas. I'm leaving on Sunday. Gonna be there like a whole week. I hope I get to see some of you guys there. Please come up and say hello, because I want to meet all of you and take pictures with you and jam with you. So I hope you guys are going to be there, and I will see you in Vegas. And if not, then I'll see you next week for another free balloon animal tutorial. Bye guys.